This video is sponsored by Hohem. This is the new Hohem iSteady M7, and it looks just like another phone gimbal, but it has some innovations that make it stand out in the crowded space that is phone gimbals. Now, I've reviewed a few Hohem gimbals in the past, and the big competitive advantage that they have is that they add subject tracking to their gimbals. They call it AI, but everything is called AI these days. This feature alone makes this gimbal pretty valuable if you are someone who records yourself a lot. And also if you don't want to pay someone to follow you around to record you. But they didn't stop there, so let's check this thing out. Packaging is good and simple. The gimbal comes in a zippered, suede-lined case. Inside you get some paperwork, a mini tripod, and a few cables, and the gimbal itself. Now, there are a number of phone gimbals out there that fold in half and are quasi-pocketable, but this isn't one of them. It is a bit like a compact camera gimbal, but it is designed only for phones. At the bottom there is a tripod mount. The grip is rubberized with a nice texture, and there are A and B buttons here for shot marks. A scroll wheel with a button that controls the light on the top. This light does color temperature and is also full RGB, so if you wanted to run some purple fill light, you can. The other side of the handle has a USB-C port for charging, another tripod mount for accessories, and the power button. Now here's where things get a bit more interesting. The main screen with the toggle button and record button is a detachable remote. What this means is that you can set this gimbal down, pull the remote off, and frame yourself and control your phone's record and zoom all from this little controller. Gone are the days of setting up a shot and running back and forth a bunch of times to make sure that it's right. The menu interface is simple to navigate, has plenty of advanced functions, and it's all on a 1.4-inch screen, so the colors and brightness are excellent. If you swipe over to the left, you'll see a video feed, which is the first time that I've seen something like this on a gimbal. At the very top of the gimbal, attached via magnets, is this AI and light and camera dongle. The camera is a 2-megapixel tracker that is providing the feed to the detachable remote, and it does an impressive job matching the standard camera focal length on my iPhone 16. So besides being an RGB light, this thing provides the video feed, and it is also where you can start subject tracking. Show an OK sign and it starts tracking you, and you can walk, run, jump, and as long as you don't run too far away from the gimbal, it tracks with a very high level of accuracy. Certainly better than the first iteration of this technology that I tested on a Hohem gimbal several years ago. The subject tracking works while running around with the gimbal as well, so in theory you never have to use the toggle switch to control your gimbal. It will just move and follow your subject, albeit it can be abrupt and fast. When you are done with tracking, a simple stop gesture turns it off. So all of that is pretty cool, but there is more. This gimbal has a built-in selfie stick, which gives you about an extra foot of reach, which is nice if you are looking for some high angle stuff, or if you're in a crowd and you want to record above the crowd. There are locks on each axis and even a slider arm to balance larger phones. Officially, Hohem says that this gimbal is compatible with smartphones under 7 inches and even some foldable smartphones, and payload is a respectable 500 grams, and it works in both landscape or portrait modes. Battery life is rated for 12 hours, and charging takes about 3 hours, during which you are charging the remote battery as well, which is nice, and you can see that on the LCD screen as it charges. Now, the first question you might be asking is, do you really need a gimbal with the stabilization systems of modern smartphones? And I suppose the answer to that really depends. I did a quick one-handed comparison between two iPhones, one on a gimbal and one not on a gimbal, and I'll leave this for you to decide. Beyond stability, using a gimbal gives you the ability to do more complex camera moves, so if you are filming a movie on your phone, this is a good thing. You've been seeing some samples of how stable this gimbal is throughout this video, and the reality is this gimbal combined with the stabilization that's built into modern phones makes for a great combo. I found the modes easy to switch into, pan follow to lock. The follow speed is easily adjusted through the menu system. It's a gimbal that I think that most people can pick up and figure out without cracking open that user guide. And the ability to put this on a flat surface, raise it up with the selfie stick, that's built in, and then use the remote to frame, track yourself, and start and stop recordings is really what makes this thing special. This is an accessory for your phone at the end of the day, but it makes your phone into your own cameraman. As long as your movements are smooth, this gimbal will be smooth, but if you run and jump and try to get out of the frame, it will snap quickly to keep you in the frame. It's an impressive piece of gear that I think a lot of creatives could use. I can see this being quite popular with short form creatives. If you have some blossoming Instagram channel where you routinely record yourself and you want stable footage that you can control and you can have subject tracking, the investment that you'd make into something like this I think would be worth it. This Hohem iSteady M7 is available for purchase at some links down below. I believe you'll see some coupon codes and some discounts down there as well. So if you are in the market for a tool such as this one, check those out. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the features that are packed into this gimbal. Is this the future of gimbals? Is this something that every single gimbal should have? Some incorporation of subject tracking and a detachable remote controller like this? Let me know down below. As usual, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.